Are you serious? Are you serious? All right, so Russia is selling arms like mad, like handing out candy all over the Middle East. And it's going to some dangerous countries. Matter of fact, Russia's arms sales to the Middle East spikes to record high levels. Now, they're not the only ones selling arms. The United States is also selling defense systems, rockets, to Japan, to South Korea, and to some of the Asian countries to protect themselves against Kim Jong-un. But in Russia's case, they're selling the arms to the Arabic nations. Some of these are rogue nations, and it's creating a lot of real, truly loose cannons, if you will. The Dubai Air Show of 2017, one of the largest and most successful air shows in the world, ended a couple days ago on November 16th. There were 79,000 people came as trade visitors, 20% over the last version of the event that was held in 2015. There was $113.8 billion worth of weapons that were sold, which tripled the number of weapons Russia sold back in just 2 years ago in 2015, when they sold $37.2 billion. So there's a war coming, folks. When you go from $37 billion to $113 billion, there's a war coming. And when Trump just sold $250 billion worth of weapons to Asian countries, specifically China and South Korea, and some of us, the Vietnamese bought some, and so did the Filipinos. But the United States, Russia, though, sold combat helicopter Ka-52s, multi-mission fighter MiG fighter jets, MiG-29s, Su-35, super maneuver air defense fighter jets, also the B-200 multi-purpose and amphibious aircraft, also combat transport helicopters, Mi-35M long-range air defense systems. They even sold S-400 Triumph short-range air defense missile systems, the Pansy S-1s, the Russian Knights aerobatic demonstration team performed extraordinary stunts riding through the skies to greatly impress the spectators. The United Arab Emirates is interested in procuring the Su-35 multi-role fighter jets. The country is considering the purchase of 10 or more of these such aircraft. The United Arab Emirates and Russia signed a letter of intent on the purchase of 10 of these Su-35 fighter jets. And it's just unbelievably. China's also going to buy one. China's buying several. And then the United Arab Emirates is going to buy 10 of them after Russia gets done producing several for China. So it just went on and on and on. Tons of planes, tanks, missile defense systems, fighter jets, bombers, everything, folks. Enough. So these countries in the Middle East are preparing for a Middle East war. Avi Lipkin talked about it. I interviewed him. I was in Jerusalem. I was sat down with Avi Lipkin. I interviewed him for 2 television shows. We've aired those shows. They were tremendous insight. I have them on my YouTube channel. You can check them out. They were from around June or July of 2016. He predicts several things. He predicted that there would be a Middle East war. He predicted it. He predicted that Trump would win the election. So did I. And we're right on record. We aired it on television in June. I predicted that United Kingdom would Brexit. And they did. I predicted that Trump would win the election. And he did. Avi also predicted those 2 things. But he predicted another thing. And that was that there would be a Middle East war very soon between the Sunni Muslims and the Shiite Muslims. In other words, specifically leading the way would be Saudi Arabian Sunnis along with their kingdom nations that would support them. Kuwait, Bahrain, United Arab Emirates, the Saudi kingdoms. The Saudi kingdom and all the other little kingdoms, the Arab monarch nations, which are all Sunnis, would side with Saudi Arabia, and Iran would also get the support of Syria's army and Hezbollah in southern Lebanon, as well as the Russians would back the Shiites, and the United States would back the Sunnis. And so this is a danger. And then Israel, who are supported by America, and the United States just announced they're going to build its first ever U.S. military base in Israel. The United States will protect Israel and stand with Israel, and Israel now is reaching out to the Saudi Arabians. The Saudi Arabians are reaching out to the Israelis. They want to build an alliance because they have a common enemy. It's Iran. So you're getting ready to have a Middle East war. All of the kingdoms are buying up planes, helicopters, S-400 missile defense systems, missiles, rockets, rocket launchers, tanks, armored vehicles, fighter jets, bombers, and of course, everybody's trying to get their hands on nuclear capability, especially the Iranians. They're working on it big time in conjunction with the Russians and the North Koreans, while Saudi Arabia is talking to the United States. They wonder if they could get involved. Of course, the United States don't want to let Saudi Arabia have it. They'd rather just let Israel keep that hammer. So it's a dangerous world we're in now, very dangerous. We'll talk about the Middle East madness in our live broadcast. Starts at 12 noon Eastern at my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. Today, live at 12 noon Eastern. I'll also be live on Roku satellite, new live stream, Periscope. You can also listen to my programs. I'm no longer on Blog Talk Radio. We dropped them. And we picked up a brand new radio line, a direct radio line. You can dial the phone number there. I'll put it in the description, as well as with the access code, so that you can listen to the live broadcast clear as a bell without interference from the NSA. I'll talk to you in a little bit, in just a moment. Give your life to Christ. We're in the last days.